Welcome to BuffaloWriter.com. This was in 2003, I think, when the PGA, Professional Golfers Association, came to town for the Nissan Open at Riviera. And I covered the tournament for the LA Weekly, local paper that it's kind of the LA version of the Village Voice in New York. And now Riviera is the club O.J. Simpson belonged to when he got into that jam. Remember that jam? And it was following the jam that the wives of the members of Riviera had a meeting. And the result of that meeting was to invite O.J. to resign his membership in the club. Now, I have zero sympathy for O.J. Simpson, but I have to say, having seen the course, that it's a cruel blow. This is why you work hard to become rich, so you can cough up $200,000 to join the club at Riviera, okay? And it's worth every dime. It's paradise. So I covered the tournament and wrote my story, and the Weekly never published it. Why? I forget. I did get paid, so. And I still like the piece, so I'm going to read some excerpts from it. It's called At Riviera. Here we go. I arrived, checked out the action at the range. The pros all share two things in common. One, they hit the ball a mile. And two, they are groomed to within an inch of their life. Somewhere in the world is a machine that presses the perfect pair of pants. And every pro golfer owns one. The week kicks off on Monday with the Nissan people playing a round. Tuesday is a practice round for the pros. Wednesday is the Pro-Am. Tuesday is the day to catch some good action. I wandered about following some different guys. I followed Hal Sutton because I like his swing, and he's been married 4 times. I followed Craig Stadler because I was curious to see in the flesh how a guy with so much flesh, 5'8", 260 pounds, built like a giant turnip, manages such an elegant touch around the greens, the short game. I followed Angel Cabrera, an Argentinian. Even for these guys, he hammers the ball. He's big, not tall, but wide, a bull, and he gets it all into the swing. I watched him tee off on 10. He smacks the shot. There's a particular sound at impact, like the rearrangement of molecules at the center of the ball. And there goes the ball, up, 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 and it disappears. It goes into orbit. I visited the 6th hole, watched a few groups play through. 6 is a famous hole, a par 3, 199 yards. It's famous because a perfect shot to the center of the green dumps you into a sand trap. The green is another problem. Take 6 poles of uneven length, drive them into the ground in random locations. Then install a canopy that fastens itself to the pole tips. What do you have? A model of the universe as conceived by Stephen Hawking? No. You have the 6th green at Riviera. It was here at 6 I watched Joe Durant hit an unbelievable shot. He yanked the tee shot left into the rough. He's left, the pin is right. He has a downslope type situation to contend with. Also the famous bunker between him and the flag. He has no shot, but he finds a shot. He rotates himself 90 degrees from the flag, hits the shot. The flag is in the lower right quadrant of the green. He hits a pitch into the upper left quadrant, an upslope. The ball climbs the upslope, veers right, traversing the back rim of the green, wide of the bunker, over to the far side. Now it begins to slip back, down towards the pin. Down it comes, down, down, down. Continues to track and stops a foot from the cup. Unbelievable, even for a pro. We went nuts. So it went. For a week, I watched people hit golf balls. On the range, on the course, on TV, in the press tent. I met some of my fellow golf journalists. Not a bad job if you can master the interviewing of people who look at you like you are covered with flies. We spoke of the course. Joe, a stringer for one of the wire services, said, "You can have all the water holes with the railroad ties, sand traps up the kazoo, fairways that look like they've been trimmed with toenail clippers. But it's trees that make a golf course." It was true. There was something about this place, a character that absorbs itself into the landscape over a period of time, 75 years. In high school, I scored a D in botany, a hard D. Nature doesn't interest me. But now, thanks to Riviera and a guide to the horticulture of the course, this blind spot has been addressed. I know the difference between the blue gum eucalyptus and the red gum eucalyptus, and the silk eucalyptus, and the sycamore, the oak, the melaleuca, etc. The pros agreed. They were raving. They play the best courses in the world. If something occurs not to their approval, they are quick to point it out. Very. But this week, no complaints. The tournament began on Thursday. I wandered around for a few holes, but by now I've been watching guys hit golf balls for 4 days, and enough is enough, even at this level. Also, the fans were beginning to arrive. By Saturday, the place would be a zoo. I killed a few hours in the press tent watching on TV, left early to avoid the crush. I climbed the hill to the clubhouse and stood there looking down on the course. It was that time of day, mid-afternoon, with the sun filtering through the trees, drenching the course in this orangey light, and it was awesome, spectacular, amazing, gorgeous. I stood there soaking it all up, and I had a thought. This was my story. Not the golf, but the golf course. Riviera. Paradise. Those are the excerpts. So go to the archives page, okay? Read the entire story, and thank you for watching. I'll see you in a couple of weeks.